How are you there, mateys? This is your captain, Captain Sailboat, on the SS Beater Box. Today's excursion, opening this box of random value. I have no idea why I did that, and I have no idea why my accent changed throughout the course of that. I'm a little bit frantic right now. You can see my hair's a little bit disheveled. I've been driving my chinchillas up to the vet. If you guys haven't already seen some of my vlogs, you might know that I drive a Jeep Wrangler. Normally when I'm not going to a sneaker convention, the top and the doors are off of it. I was driving in that thing and my hair was getting whipped around, and it is a hot ass day out. So needless to say, I was just like a little bit fried. So I'm just a little bit out of it right now. At any rate, I really want to open up this beater box that I came home to, and I actually don't know the value of this box. What happened is last Sunday, Supremacy forgot to actually set the timer on when their beater boxes actually launched. Normally they set it for 6 o'clock p.m. Unfortunately for them, and fortunately for me, the beater boxes were available much earlier than that, like around 2 p.m. And so there were like 50 plus boxes, so I ended up getting 3 boxes. One of them, $225 before taxes and shipping. One of them was $1,475 before taxes and shipping. And then the other one was about $975 before taxes and shipping. I don't know which box this is, but it might be a mystery until the very last shoe, because sometimes with those more expensive boxes, it's like a whole bunch of beater shoes and then just one crazy banger at the end that makes up the value of the entire box. Or maybe it'll just be a box of beaters all the way through and be $225. I don't know, but I needed some inventory for both SneakerCon and Kobe Swap Meet, which are coming up within the next 2 and 4 weeks respectively. After that, I also have Flea Kicks out in Vegas in the middle of September, and then SneakerCon in Phoenix in October. So I'm still lined up with events for basically the rest of the year. I need some new inventory. I've been cycling through some stuff recently. I got 3 mystery boxes, so let's figure out which one this is by diving into it. The dog is here, and he is also interested to find out what is in this box. Sir Doggy. Whew, I see a couple of boxes that I'm really excited about opening, like right off the top here. No Lucy's. First box. Traditional orange Nike box. What looks like a replacement label. Size 11.5 kg Junior Air Max. Oh, wow. These are different. A pair of Ken Griffey Jr. Air Max. These are a pretty wild looking shoe. It has an Air Max cushioning system. It is indeed an 11.5. The heel, there is the Ken Griffey Jr. Swingman logo. 24 on the kind of heel collar area. If we look at the soles of the shoes, they are actually in pretty lightly worn condition. They look really, really good. I would almost go as far as to say that these are in like new condition, maybe tried on. I think I'm gonna have to list them as tried on. They do not look like they have any sort of wear to them realistically, other than the fact that they're unlaced. Maybe there's a couple of scuffs. This material kind of scuffs easily though, if it's like shuffled around a lot, so it very easily could have been scuffed up just from moving around in the box. Starting off with a kind of interesting shoe. It's a Ken Griffey Jr. Air Max. This is in a size 11.5 with a replacement box. Really great condition. Like I said, it might be tried on. I think that might be what I listed at. Let's take a look and see what the second shoe is. Size 5 Youth, Jordan 13 Retro. Woo! It's a pretty nice looking pair. These also look like they are in insanely lightly worn, like tried on condition. I almost feel like this was maybe a display shoe or something like that. I don't know, like it looks like again tried on. There's like a couple of little markings around. It's really hard to say. Like this looks basically brand new. It looks really, really good. Man, like new condition. Like some of these have a couple of scuff marks that look like they've been tried on. I'll probably list them new as defects with a bit of a lower price to kind of see where we're at, because listing new with defects typically means it's like a tried on shoe or there's a manufacturer defect, and this looks like it's been tried on, so I think that that's a pretty fair description, I would say. Size 5 Youth Jordan 13. I want to say this is like the seafoam green colorway. Not 100% sure on that. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research, but I actually really like this shoe, and quite honestly, I think that with a little bit of white on there, I probably would have copped for myself if it had come out in my size. Next up, another Jordan box. Size 6.5 youth, a Jordan 5 retro. Wow, got a pair of Jordan 5 Fire Reds. Look, Sir Doggy loves this. He is like trying to get after these. He wants them. He wants to put them on his feet and stomp around because he is a 101 stunt. Jordan 5 Fire Red. These ones are most definitively in more worn condition. There's definitely a little bit of dirt on the outsoles, but overall they actually look pretty good. Like, they're not very scuffed up on the outsoles whatsoever. On the toe cap on the left shoe, there are definitely a couple of scuff marks. Like, it looks like they probably kicked a step going up it or something to that extent. Overall, the uppers are looking pretty solid though. These are the 2020 release, so the newest release of the Fire Red 5s. The Nike Air on the insole, or rather the Nike Check, is pretty much worn off on the right shoe. On the left shoe, it's still a little bit intact. They are a little bit scuffed up, but still in very good, very wearable condition. These will definitely be going for a steal, and it's actually not a bad size. Also, woman's size 8, technically. Good shoe to have right there. Dig in a little bit deeper. A size 15 Blazer Mid 77 Vintage EMB. Whoa, these are, what? This is a wild looking blazer, definitely in dead stock condition. Wow, these are crazy. Okay, I remember this release. I'm looking at the insoles and I'm seeing that there's this popcorn print. That's why they have this cream look to the swoosh in the back, as well as the midsoles and outsoles. This little popcorn keychain right here hanging off of the top eyelet, that's pretty funny. I like that a lot. The tags on the tongue actually look like a popcorn container that you might get at the movie theater. It's a really cool shoe. I really like the inspiration behind the shoe. I don't know what the resale is like, but quite honestly, the materials are pretty nice. Like, I actually really like how soft this leather is. This is some good supple leather right here. The next box is a Zoom Air Harbor Nike SB. These are marked as $65. Also look to be in slightly tried on condition. Left shoe only, which is marked with a price. These are a US size 8. I don't know much about these. The Zoom Air Harbor. I don't know what to think about it. A kind of cool Nike SB, the Zoom Air Harbor. Definitely not a bad pickup. I don't think that this shoe has a ton of resale value, however. 5 down, 4 more pairs left in the box. It'll be interesting to find out what we got here. Size 5 youth, Nike Little Posit 1. Ooh. Got this purple kind of pearlescent looking foam posit. They have a color shift from purple to green. It's almost like a green goblin sort of look. Definitely size 5. Again, there's like a couple of spots where it looks like there's a little bit of scuffing. And it's on the left shoe again, which honestly makes me feel like this is one of those shoes that has been in tried on condition or like on display or something like that. It's the left shoe for the majority of these shoes, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a shop that decided that they weren't going to sell any more kicks. Maybe they were looking for a quick cash out or something like that and shipped them all off to Supremacy to get some cash in the pocket, because it's all the left shoes. And I got this feeling. At any rate, a little posit right here, some sort of color shifting green to purple. I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna have to do a little research on it. Next pair, a pair of Air Force One High Supreme LE in a size 7. Whoa! This has an Air Force One certificate of authenticity in there, which is pretty fucking cool. These are another level of weird. First off, you have these these black patent leather collars that you can strap around the top of this shoe. The uppers on this shoe are actually this like snake textile, and on the heel of the shoe you can see it says 0.44 sticky rubber. I don't know if that's what the actual textile is on the top, or maybe it's what the midsole is. This midsole is like a weird, almost leather-like material, like a typical outsole material. Again, they look like they're in maybe tried-on condition. It's really hard to say. I might mark them as worn condition just because I can see a little bit of a crease. Air Force One. I don't necessarily think that this is a Supreme collaboration. I just think Supreme is part of the name or the colorway or whatever. Kind of weird shoe with interesting materials, so I'll say that much. 2 more pairs. I'm really interested to see what those pairs are. Size 7 Youth Air Jordan 4 Retro. Got a pair of the Air Jordan 4 Dunk from Above. These things are an interesting shoe. I'm not really a huge fan of the materials. It feels a bit plasticky to me, quite honestly. The bottoms of these shoes are in minimally worn condition. They still have all the stars and there's no real heel drag to speak of, but you can tell that they've definitely been like worn around a little bit. The uppers actually look nearly flawless. They are basically tried on condition. Again, all of these shoes are in such good condition, but just like barely worn at the very most. Definitely a size 7 youth. Oh, here's a flaw though. This is where I would have to say that they've been worn, is because the Jumpman on the insole on the left side is definitely worn down. That's one thing that when you're reselling, they actually got to take a look at, because if that's worn down and the rest of the shoe looks flawless, you know that the shoe actually been worn at least a little bit. Otherwise, it looks Youth Jordan 4 Dunk from Above. Not the most popular Jordan 4 in the world, but they definitely have a market and they sell for sure. A lot of youth sizes in this box, and a lot of people that get beater boxes are not fans of youth sizes. I love them. I have a ton of customers that come to me, especially at conventions, that are looking for youth size stuff. Interesting box so far. I saved what could be a crazy shoe for the last shoe, because right now it's a very strange value. I don't think that it's cheap enough to be $225, but I also don't think that it's expensive enough to be $975. So this last one could be an absolute gem, or I don't know. I guess we'll jump to that conclusion at the end here, huh? Nike SB box. It's a long box, very long box. Size 10 Air Zoom FC. And a size 10. I guess it's a Zoom Air FC. I've never seen these before to my knowledge, or at least been aware of them until right now. I can't really speak on these very much. Denim shoe. It has gold accents and blue laces. I don't know anything about the shoe, but there are some characters on the back. I don't know what language they are. Like I said, I'm super unknowledgeable about this shoe. Unknowledgeable? Is that a word? Knowledgeless? Uneducated? I'm super uneducated when it comes to this shoe. That's a better way to... Man, again, like it looks like it's in tried-on condition. I would have to list this as new with defects, I think is the... Although it is a 2006 shoe, we're getting up there in age. The shoe is 15 years old, so that's pretty crazy. Nice construction on these. I like the material. It's a neat concept with a pretty cool execution. I like the contrast of the gold on the denim there. Not a banger shoe, so I'm gonna say that this probably isn't the $1,450 or $75 box, whatever it was. And there you have it. That is the end of this beater box from Sole Supremacy. Based off of what I got here, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is probably the $225 box. The condition, like I said, is just tried on basically for every single pair here, and I can't list most of them as new, but they look new. It's really hard to say. What I'm gonna do now is actually tear off the shipping tag, because typically these boxes are pre-made, and then once you have purchased the box, they take the shipping tag and slap it on over the price that was written on the box. Let's find out real quick. All right, here we go, guys. Oh, and there it is. $225. So it's a little bit hard to see because the cardboard ripped off with the tape. You can kind of see the 2, 2, 5. At the end of the day, 9 pairs of sneakers for $225. You can't go wrong with that. As far as actual movability of the shoes, as long as I price them correctly, I think that these are all gonna fly. They're in great condition, and I think it's going to be a lot of easy movers, quite honestly. I think that these are going to make me a very, very good profit, and it's good to have inventory like this for me because this is the stuff that I actually am passionate about selling. I like learning about all the different sneakers and kind of the heritage and the colorway, and I do my research every single time I get a box in, so then that way I can continue to educate myself and learn more and more as I continue to move forward. I think for a $225 box, it's safe to say this is a big, big W. This should be a very easy cleanup and a very, very smooth process. At any rate, I appreciate everybody for coming through to watch this video. As always, make sure that you check out the website www.Sailboat.Sneakers.com. That's where all of the shoes are posted after they've been cleaned and disinfected and photos have been taken. And that's the place where you are going to find them for the bottom line cheapest cost as far as my sale prices are concerned. Make sure that if you guys like what I'm doing, that you subscribe to the channel and like the video. If you don't want to, then obviously who am I to tell you to do that? But if you do like the stuff that you're seeing, I'd appreciate it if you would. You can also give me a follow at Sailboats.Sneakers on Instagram, and on Twitter, where I'm a little bit less active, at Sailboat.Sneakers. At any rate, I appreciate all of you guys that stuck around until the cold, bitter end of this video. I'm Sailboat, and I'm out of here.